And we're back for another one.
What's going on, everybody? We are back. It's
What up? What
episode
up?
13.
Yes,
We're doing
sir.
big things, man. This
That
is
we are.
exciting.
That we are. Yeah, man. I
Let's
love it.
go. Welcome. This is Lamar. It's my brother, Casey Fowler, and this
What's
is the
happening?
Fowl Language Podcast, where
Mhm.
we're here every week with some drinks and some accessories, talking about life.
Nothing like those accessories. And like
That's
every
right.
episode, man, you might just hear some foul language. So if you're offended by the potty mouth, then you might not want to
You
watch
got
foul
that
language.
right. Wait till we get to the quote of the day.
Everybody else buckle on in. We in for an interesting show today. All right. So, bruh.
Yes,
As
sir. Yes, sir.
always, we start every show. We give our introductions. What's up? How you doing? All that good stuff.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's just jump into it, man. What is best in life?
Oh, man, what a week. First of all, it is cold as shit out here right now.
Yeah, I
This
seen
is
the
not
shit.
what I moved to Texas for. Glad I have this tent though.
Lifesaver, because I don't think we record if you had
No, we would not be recording because I think it's 28, and by the time we're done, it'll be down to maybe 21, 22.
Sheesh.
And tomorrow the high is 19, the low is 9. We wouldn't have been playing with that.
I've been in that
And
weather before and I don't like it.
I mean, and it's cold and it's fine, but the city gets silly and shit gets crazy and shit gets dangerous when it gets this cold. Like, I'm sure you, like everybody else, seen that badass
Yeah.
accident that happened. It's about 15, 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah. And
And it was
everybody
crazy because people,
was Lamar good? I said I just,
yeah, people,
it just texted me like 5 minutes before I seen the shit on the news. Yeah.
right. People calling me, hey, you all right? But it's one of them things they don't understand necessarily how big, and I appreciate the calls and the concern. Don't get me wrong, but one of those things is they don't necessarily realize how big Texas is. And I remember when we first moved out here, you'd see shit like a tornado touches down in El Paso, and you get calls, hey, you guys all right? I heard something going on in El Paso. How far is that away from you?
Like 6
8
hours.
hours. 8 hours. We're fine. Oh, that's like a whole nother state. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, pretty damn much.
How close? And then you always get, how close are you to Houston? About 4 hours. We'll get there when we get there. But anyway, so it's cold, but we here. Shout out to the tent. Cigars. Wow.
Yeah, how was
Feast
that?
of famine, man. So when we're recording this, I just got my shipment for the Great Smoke. I tried to get your ass into it too, but you wouldn't do it.
I had stuff going on this weekend.
I understand. Well, it happens next weekend, so by the time this comes out, it'll be in the past, but that's okay.
Do I still got time?
I think check the website. Yesterday might have been the last day.
Damn.
But double check just to make sure.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I got 40 cigars from that. T-shirt, shot glass, a cigar band bank, a hat, whole bunch of shit. And it's gonna be like a special. It's gonna be going on all day next Saturday. That'll be February 20th. So I think that's the right date. So be out here all day in that. Where it's supposed to be like 60 degrees out here. So that'll be nice.
Hey, that's the homeboy Quentin birthday, man.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's right. Cause that's one of the reasons why you said you might not go. But so yeah, I got like cigars coming left and right. My Black Lion cigar pack just came. My cigar pack is getting ready to ship later on, and they're shipping an extra cigar this month. And then I just bought 3 more. Found out online there's a Black History Month cigar that's being released. They're trying to raise $10,000 for a scholarship for like that C student. So it's going to a student for Black History Month. It's a black cigar company. They've got them out. So I ordered 3 of those. So I think Pravada, if this is out in time and somebody sees it and cares, Pravada's got them. I got 3. They should be here. I think next week they shipped. So I got all the cigars. It feels like this is more cigars than I've ever had in my life. But
Tell him, man, you better open an in-the-house cigar shop.
Man, something.
That Chihuahua in the background, real quick.
Man, I don't know what's going on. I got the tent. I can't see. The dog is probably big as my damn shoe. I don't know where it's at. Long as it doesn't come in my yard, it is okay. Let's see. So I had grand plans. This is a long weekend. I took Friday off, and I was planning on because I ordered a new exhaust for the Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a good old day. I was gonna put some parts on the Tiger, and then I had some lights to put on the Harley, new headlight, tail light, turn signal, upgrade the lights on the Harley,
Oh, you was about to do
and
some mechanic work.
yeah, man, I had some plans to get in there and get it in, and woke up that morning, back was hurting bad as hell. So it's like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that today.
I feel you.
So we're gonna try to get that done sooner or later, but it's here. I had a brand new exhaust. I got it, I think 40% off by the time it was all said and done. So I always like to have a sale. My crypto, I've talked about it before. I'm not a financial professional, but my crypto is off the chain
Yeah, I seen that.
right now. Oh man. My graph of my stuff is just going like this. It's going
Damn,
like this. It's a beautiful thing.
that's
I
awesome.
don't know if it'll last that way forever, but as long as it does, I'm a happy guy. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. I'm excited. And then today, I mentioned it before, I am officially going to consider and appreciate my old head status. Not just because of the little bit of gray right there, but was listening to we're cleaning up and listening to some music, and I went through like a Method Man and 90's and early 2000 hip hop, well, that's mostly 90's
Yeah.
hip hop playlist, and I was like, yo, this is my shit. Method Man came on to Release Your Delph, and I was like, yo, when
Hmm.
I first stepped on the scene, this was
Niggas was
petrified.
petrified.
Right, I was in there, man, taking it way back to we was
Yeah,
kids,
that's
man.
that shit.
Oh man.
Bitch ass niggas in the industry.
No compete. Right. So I'm in the bathroom
No.
cleaning with the good echo singing.
Yeah,
Ah!
yeah, hell yeah. Thought you was
So
sounding
yeah,
good as shit, nigga.
right, boy, it had a nice vibration and shit. I was like, they're like, yo,
The acoustics are very
the
good in the
acoustics.
bathroom.
Let me record this and get me a deal or something. You know,
Mhm.
get your wife on the TikToks and
Yeah, man, get yourself
show
on
me how to get found. No. So man, that's a lot all over the place, different stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, that is what is best in life. It's been fun.
All
How about
right.
you?
Man, not bad, man. We actually had a really, really good time, especially this weekend. Went to Augusta Friday, to celebrate both of my son's birthdays because because of COVID, we had to push
Mm-hmm.
Kevandre's
Mm-hmm.
back, and Keontae's is Monday, so we just did a combined little birthday dinner at the little hibachi spot, and
Yeah.
Mama was there, Tanya and her crew was there, Dre's auntie and uncle, his two cousins.
Okay,
Um,
that's who that was. I was wondering who that was.
yeah, their babies. Am I forgetting anybody? No, I think that was all that came, man. So all them came out. We ate good. The kids got a kick out of the fire and the dude flipping and doing all this other stuff, man.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah.
we ate good. I had two large sakes, damn near to myself.
Oh man.
But it was funny because Dre's cousin Jasmine, she's never had sake.
Mm,
So they sent me an extra cup with my second large one. And I was
yeah.
like, hey, Jasmine, you want to try it? So she tried it and she just said, whoop, like I did with the first time I had sake. Like the same shit. She was like, what? I wasn't supposed to. I was like, well, the shit went down. So, fuck it. But I mean, it was a real good time. And I really enjoy when our family can still, hang out with
Yeah.
the kids' mom's family and we're still all good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah. That's true.
it's like they're
That's true.
still family. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good time. And then
Hmm. Yeah, mom called me too.
oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Come get your brother. Just come get him." I think they had to be Friday night, maybe.
Oh
She's
man, I
like,
was in
"Just
there acting stupid, bro.
yeah." She told me. She told me. I was like, "Well, nothing. He did nothing wrong."
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. The waitress was cracking up every time she
Yeah,
walked off and walked back. She was having a good time too.
yeah. So she told me to come get you, and I was like, "Nope."
Yeah.
Just be glad I wasn't there. We are coming for Simone spring break though.
Oh, that's awesome. That's in the
Yeah, we're
March, right?
middle of March, I think. I don't
Middle of
remember the
March.
exact dates, but I'll get back to you.
Oh man, well
Um,
y'all go see your boy on his crutches then.
all right, we got you. Hop along. We go get you.
Yeah, just
But
let me
yeah,
know how that pans out. Maybe we could try to tie in Shania's birthday party or something like that around that
I'll let
time.
you know. We're supposed to go to Kim's family, help them out a little bit in the first half, and then we're gonna swing by on the way back, I think. So
All right,
I'll let you know.
that's what's up. But other than that, then we went to the room, and Tanya and her crew came over, and we were just playing games, Uno, Family Feud on the Xbox. This game called Smart Ass, which is very fucking fun. If you haven't played it before, I recommend
I've
you
heard
get
of
it.
it.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's fun, but you got to be somewhat versed in different avenues. So I think me and you will really battle on this one.
Okay. Be like Jeopardy, where y'all get your asses kicked.
I mean, it's kind of like Jeopardy, sort of, kind of, but the clues and stuff. I mean, it's fun. Next time we're around each other, I'll make sure we play that shit. Then what? Saturday? Well, today rather. Got up, took the kids to lunch at Cheddar's. Then dropped them off. I linked up with Quentin because,
cool.
Like I was saying earlier, his birthday is next weekend, and we got something else going on. I think it's a gun show coming next weekend that we're going to. So I wasn't gonna make the birthday party, so I went ahead and linked up with him, returned a favor, got my homie a bottle, shit like that. We was chopping up a little bit. Shout out to him because he said, as soon as we have a topic where we're gonna have a feature on it, he would love to be on the show. So
bet
that's what's up. Up with that, man? That's my brother right there. That ain't my
friend.
I
didn't see him in years, man. So it'd be good to definitely see him.
Yeah, he said he was gonna hit you up, man. Fuck with you for a minute.
Yeah.
What else? So we got back home safe and sound as always. You know what I'm saying? Got my Madden in. You know what I mean? Bang, 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 getting it in. So yeah, other than that, man, it's just it ain't all good because we started this shit off and my laptop was having damn issues. I'm like, oh shit, maybe I need to start the motherfucker over. So I hit restart and that shit said updating percentage 35%. I say, hey, just about a bitch. I'm telling you, man, I didn't even light my cigar at that point. I said, fuck it. I grabbed me a cigarette, sat down and watched that bitch with my goddamn new poke in the side of my mouth like a goddamn mechanic and shit. I got goddamn car. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that bullshit, but other than that, man, I mean, that small little hiccup, we still here, we still doing it. My back still jacked up. Got my little back, my massager with the heat going right now. It's a whopping 45 degrees out here. So I mean, some of y'all that might be cold, but I've been recording in colder, so it's really fucking nice out here right now.
Yeah, that's half.
That's half. Exactly half. That's fucking
that's
horrible.
Some bullshit.
That's fucking horrible.
Hey, man, glad you came out. Technical difficulties and challenges are the way. Like I told you before, I was ready to go. Came out, was like, no, I need a couple more layers on. It's cold as shit out here, even with my tent and my heater.
Go to the surplus store, man. Get you some waffle bottoms and tops, man.
I got good shit. I just didn't have it on. Like I thought I was gonna roll out here with my little hoodie on and my sweatpants and shit, and just roll out here and chill.
I got some.
Came out. That shit said that wind cut right through them sweatpants. Like no, cause that ain't this ain't what you want. But now I got plenty from like my motorcycling. So a lot of those base layers and stuff like that. So we good. We here.
Yeah,
hiccups,
and
still don't stop the show. We here, we recording, we good. Let's have fun.
That's what's best in life, man. That's what's best in life. So
kick it off.
So HBO Max, right?
Yeah.
We got HBO Max. One thing that was on there, you got all the fucking seasons of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So we've been religiously watching the Fresh Princes of Bel-Air, and then I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? What were the best? I guess the best black, since it is Black History Month. That is also what's best in life. You know what I'm saying? Happy Black History Month to my people out there. Every day is Black History, but they gave us this month, so we gonna take it.
That's right. Even you seen in the news, man, where there was a school that tried to get folks that some of the parents wanted to opt out.
And then there was another school where the principal wanted the Black History Month theme to be All Lives Matter.
Yeah, I saw that.
She got donkey of the day. Shout out to Charlamagne. He ain't never off target with those donkeys of the day. I swear.
If I don't miss anything else, I catch some donkeys of the day. I love them. And some of them I let Kim hear about the extra jars of mayonnaise and stuff like that.
That's too much damn mayonnaise. That's just so fucking funny. I love that shit, man. But yeah, so we was talking about that, and then it brought up like what were the best black sitcoms from our era? Because I mean now, in the 2000s time, I can only think of a couple. My Wife and Kids was a good one. I can't think of no more besides My Wife and Kids off the top of my head right now. But so what would be one of yours? You know what I'm saying? Which one you think that was really, really dope back in our time? The TGIF time. You know what I'm saying?
So right. So I actually, when we talked about covering this, I did some looking just to refresh my memory to make sure that shows that I thought were actually in the 90s. And so I was looking around and I got one. We're gonna talk about some of the popular ones, but I got like one that you probably won't mention too much. But remember Rock?
Oh hell yeah, man!
Yeah,
Hell yeah!
man. Rock was they had it was I think it was set in Chicago, and that
Mm-hmm.
was dope because they started shooting that live.
Damn, I forgot
So,
about Rock.
that was good, man. Got the trash man. You had a
That
happy
motherfucker
family.
stayed angry though.
He was always that little kick shit that he used to do. Yeah, man, that was my
Yeah,
show,
that
man.
shit
That was one of those that
was man.
it wasn't as popular as the other ones, but
Mm-hmm.
thinking back on it, I was like, I really like that show.
Yeah, that show
That
was
was pretty
good. Now I
dope,
want to
man.
find it.
Yeah, I don't know where you're gonna find it, but
YouTube, of course.
probably so. Probably so. Yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah.
So what about you, man? What do you? What's one for you?
Well, like I said, man, we just started back watching The Fresh Prince and just watching it and just being an adult hearing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, all the innuendos and shit is like ridiculous, man. Every time you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I was like, oh, I really understand what you're saying now, sir.
Right, and it was crazy that they had said in high school.
Yeah,
I was like,
said fucking high school. But my favorite character as I'm older is Jeffrey because he was a sarcastic asshole.
Jeffrey was petty as hell, man. Oh man, yes.
But the most iconic episode, they still talk about it to this day, was and we just watched it a couple days ago when when his dad came and he walked out and the hell with him. Why you don't want me, man?
Why you want me? Yeah.
But that shit was so fucking good, man. And it that shit broke barriers. You got this all black family.
Yeah. Wealthy family.
Not just rich.
Right.
Wealthy family in Bel Air. They doing their damn thing, but they're still down to earth, down for their people, all that type of shit, man. So Fresh Prince was definitely one of mine, man.
So yeah, the episode that you mentioned, that was a good one. But I think one of my favorite episodes, and I was thinking about it, I was like, I remember watching them. They all start to kind of run together as a blur,
and you forget them sometimes. You forget.
Yeah, you do. I think one of my favorites was when they went to the pool hall, and Will got scrubbed up and got beat down, and then Uncle Phil came and was busting heads on the damn pool table.
Jeffrey, get me Lucille, or whatever the hell the name of it was.
Right. As soon as you saw that, I was like, all right, it's about to happen now.
Yeah, man.
Get some ass beat.
I would really like to see what he would have been doing now if he was still, alive. R.I.P. James Avery.
Yeah, I know, man. He was the voice of the Shredder, man.
Yep.
He was in a whole bunch of stuff, man. He was a good voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Definitely good actor that we lost, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. So hey, man, what's another one, man?
Another one?
There's a couple more.
Yeah, man, I got a couple of them, man. So I'm cheating a little bit. So it's weird because I didn't watch this as much. It's a different world because it kind of gave me an idea of what the college life was going to be like, or what I was hoping college life was going to be like.
Yeah.
It was HBCU life. Shout out to HBCU.
Oh, yeah.
SAMU, represent. That was one of mine. The different characters you had. Dwayne Wayne and Whitley and
them shades, boy. Them shades.
Yeah, man.
That was like, they would never forget them shades.
Yeah. So that was pretty good too.
And homeboy that worked in the kitchen. Yeah, hell yeah. He was in Mama Rainey's Black Bottom or something like that.
Yeah, I need to watch that, man.
That shit was really good, man.
I heard it was.
I want you to watch it, and I want to see if you caught the message of that when you finish watching it.
Yeah, okay. I've listened to a couple people talk about it. So we'll see. We'll see if I catch what you thinking, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And we'll see if it's what you think, and hopefully it's something different than what I've already heard talking about it. But
we'll see.
I'm looking forward to it. So what's another one, man? What you got?
Oh man, Family freaking matters, man. Fucking
when you
Steve
say
Urkel,
TGIF,
man. Yes, sir. Steve Urkel.
We knew that was coming. Yeah, man.
So many good episodes, man. And then they didn't just stay in that neighborhood. They went to Disneyland. They went to France. They went all over the place. Steve Inventions, and I must say, and I've said it to Janae before, that Steve Urkel or Jaleel White was one of the most underrated fucking comedians in that time as far as TV shows. Cause that dude was fucking hilarious. He had real fucking talent, man. Like,
yeah. Well, anytime you can play two totally different characters,
not just two.
Steve and Stefan, and right. That's right.
He jumping that machine. He was damn near everybody, man.
That's right.
Like he could play different roles. I mean, he had real talent, but I think the problem was that everybody only saw Steve Urkel afterwards. And that's, in my opinion, that's a blessing and a curse for actors and actresses. If you're you play a role so fucking good, that's the only role they see.
That you become, it almost replaces your name because they're like, hey, Steve Urkel. I'm like, no. But you get typecast, and like you said, it's a blessing and a curse. And then he used to voice Sonic in one of those Sonic cartoons. He did. But other than that, man, I think voice acting Sonic, I can't really. He might have hosted. He's
had a little Disney spots, you know what I'm saying? He had cameos and different stuff.
Yeah, but you're gonna think Urkel unless you have him playing Urkel somewhere else, and he's a grown ass man now, so you can't have him playing Urkel.
And and another reason I like Family Matters was it hit a lot of like issues, you know what I'm saying? Racial issues. It did. Men being sexist. The how a cop looks to the outside world, just different like really sensitive subjects. They weren't scared to hit them bitches.
But they hit it in like a nice wholesome way, so where you got the message and you got the point, but you ain't have to make it like rated R. Like,
cause that one episode where Carl ran up on the racist cops or whatever. I'm sitting in there, beat his ass, Carl. He wouldn't do my son like that. He wouldn't do my son like that. He's scum. Hey, what? That's all he get? The fuck?
Right.
but I mean,
he's another one though. I mean, if you see him in a movie now, especially if he's playing a cop, because there's a couple. I think he's in Die Hard or something.
Yeah, he was in the first Die Hard. Yeah.
And he's always gonna be Carl Winslow. I mean,
it's the same thing with him.
Yep. Not as dramatic, but if you see him, especially if he's a cop, it's Carl Winslow all day.
And then there's something else about Steve, and then I'll let you go into your next one.
Sure.
Steve was always with the shit. The bullies and stuff like that, he was never like, like, no, you stupid bitch. Now what? Always with the shit, man. I was like, hell yeah.
One thing I'll see that it's one of those things where, people are like super woke now, and they kind of talked about like all the negative things about like, they try to make it seem like, he was harassing Laura and stuff like that, and different like, Myra was I don't know, something crazy, and I was like, man, come on, just watch the show.
I mean, you can't have anything. It's something wrong with everything,
man.
Another episode for a different day.
Man, yes, you know what? I'm gonna write that down.
Write that down, because that's gonna be a good one. Call that shit sensitive ass people.
Whoa!
Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
People. Yes, I'm writing that down. We're not editing that out. That will be talked about later.
Has to be.
Man, you got that right. You got that right. So guess it's my turn again.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Knock yourself out, man. What's another one?
So I was trying to, because I know we're gonna cut 4 or 5 key ones. I know we're gonna cover those. So I wanted to try to think. I was sitting thinking about it. I think last night with a glass of bourbon and trying to figure it out. Remember the Steve Harvey show? Yep.
When he had that fade.
That fade, boy, broke my heart when I found out it was actually what they said, it was a lace front or something like that.
Yeah, some shit like that.
I was like, man,
I was just gonna say, too bad it wasn't real.
That was the cleanest tape in the world, man. It was perfect. But
what was the song in that show? When the phone hits the fan,
and we really gonna jam. That was the shit, bro. That was the shit. Yeah, man. And I think for that, I think John Witherspoon was in the group. I can't remember the name of the group in there.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the group either.
But yeah, that Cedric Entertainer came in.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that was the type of person I was in my time of life, but I thought Cedric Entertainer, as an old lady, was the baddest chick on the show. I thought she was the baddest. I mean,
despite her voice, which I don't think that was really how she talked.
I don't think so.
But yeah. And she was kind of stupid though. But yeah, I agree with you on that though. Otherwise. But yeah, so Steve Harvey show, that was a good one too.
Shoot, man, you hitting some gems, man. Hell, since you throwing shit out there, I ain't got nothing written down or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I would say Hang on Mr. Cooper, but I watched it kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was aight from what I remember.
I was gonna put that one down, but I mean, we watched it, and I remember thinking like, was Holly Robinson Pete was like the finest woman ever?
Yeah,
just because he was crushing on her. And looking back on that, I mean, she's still a beautiful woman, but wouldn't make my top 10 today.
But other than that one, without further fucking ado, Martin. Fucking Martin, boy. Everybody was doing the get the stepping, all that shit, man. Everybody was doing the what's up and all that shit, man.
Man, that was so dope. And then speaking of HBCUs, man, he was always repping all the HBCUs.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that until later. I saw like a post on the internet where he had like a Morehouse shirt on, a Spelman shirt, I think like a Morris Brown. So he was hitting all the HBCUs.
Every episode, man, when he wasn't being shenanigans or nothing like that.
Right. So again, talking about people playing more than one character.
Yeah. I think he was like really one of the first people that brought that shit to like sitcoms like that. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. And if you ever his recent stand-up where he's talking about like how he got picked up for that show, and that was kind of dope, man. Just he didn't have any clue of what he was about to get himself into, and I'm sure he didn't realize what he was gonna create, man. Because that was like I remember when he wrote like One Love on the wall at the end of the last episode.
I was choked up, Mom.
So like
it's over. Come back.
I think it is. I thought I heard they're supposed to do a reunion or something.
I heard about that. That was years ago, though.
Yeah, I don't know if that's still gonna happen.
Yeah. Motherfuckers was sleeping on Pam, bro. Pam was actually finer than Gina, bro.
But see, though, I don't think so. I think then, because everybody was on that she light skin, she fine type stuff.
Yeah.
But I think those that knew, especially those that watched it and grew up, was like, yeah, Pam, definitely Pam, all day Pam.
I mean, Gina was fine too. But Pam had a beat. And I found out a few years ago, Tommy did actually have a fucking job. Like, I was just randomly looking at that shit, man. I was like really into my accessories one evening. And we was watching Martin. I think I was at Mama's house and I looked it up. I'm like, what job he had. So it was an interview they had with, I think it was Martin and what's her real name?
Tashina Arnold.
Yeah. They had it, and long story short, Tommy's job was he worked at the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, okay.
So he had a job. Sure, I can't remember his real name right now, but R.I.P. to him too.
R.I.P. to him too, yeah, man. Yeah.
His fucking laugh in Harlem Nights, man. That shit was epic. But shit, not just Harlem Nights. He did the same laugh in Martin, man.
Yeah, he did.
That shit was dope.
Yeah, I got a friend. She subscribes and she watches from time to time. So we'll see if she realizes we're talking about her, because I think we even told her one time. We call her Tommy. Because nobody ever knows what she does for a living, man. Ever. It's like, yeah, I'm going to work. You are?
You ain't got no job, man.
So she may or may not have a job, but shout out to her. Awesome woman.
She allegedly has a place of employment.
I think she does have a place of employment. I think she just got a new job not too long ago. So
she ain't the candy lady in the neighborhood.
No, I think hers a little better than that.
What happened to them, man? The candy lady was the shit. But
you can't do that now.
Go ahead.
So yeah, so I got I guess an honorable mention.
Okay.
Remember Living Single?
Can't forget about Living Single.
Yeah, man. So I didn't appreciate that one as much until the guy who played what was his name? Was it Carlton, the dark skinned guy?
Kyle, I think.
Kyle. It was Kyle.
Yeah.
And they were talking to him about the show, and he was talking about some of the stuff that he wouldn't do, and just what he brought into that role and stuff. I was like, you know what? You think about that. And he was a articulate brother. He was smart. He was cool, and then you had just 4 different kind of women for all of your tastes, whatever was out there that you preferred. And they had you covered from that angle. There were good stories. They had good careers. They were successful. And you saw positive influences. And we definitely need those all the time.
So with that actor in particular, he was a voice actor for a video game too. I bet you can't guess which video game it was.
I don't game like that.
God of War. The first through the third one, he was the voice for Kratos.
Oh, for real?
God of War, yeah.
I'm gonna play them one day. It's on my bucket list, man. I think when the next one comes out, I just buckle down, take 2 days off, and just knock them all out of them.
That shit was good though. We knew Cal and what was her name in the show? Fuck, what was her name? I can't remember her name right now. It's gonna hit me later, but we knew they was gonna get together eventually.
The lawyer.
Yeah. We knew they was gonna get together eventually. And then the light skinned dingy one.
Yeah.
I thought she was the finest one up there. I did.
Let me think. For me, thinking about it, at first, I mean, it was what's her name? Kim Fields' character.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think later on it became the lawyer. I can't, because I think of Queen Latifah was Khadijah, I think, and then I can't think of the rest of their name. But I think I'm gonna go with the lawyer on that since we.
Right on. I ain't gonna say honorable mention. I mean, they don't play as reruns anymore because obvious fucking reasons.
Yeah.
But and y'all see the way I said fucking reasons, how I feel about that right now. I'm just gonna leave that at that. The motherfucking Cosby Show.
Yeah, man. I mean, whether however you feel about what he got in trouble for,
you can't take that away.
Whether you believe it, whether you don't believe it, amazing show. All for what it was, you had a doctor and a lawyer that was successful. They were in love. They were smart.
And they had a shitload of kids.
I think,
wait a minute. I think they had about as many as I got. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they had 5 just like I did. God damn it. I ain't had as many girls though. Thank you, Jesus.
Right. So you had that. You had the positive influence. You had good parenting tips. You had comedy gold. Hilarious show. And it was a PG show. I mean, that's the cool thing about it.
It was made for anybody.
It was, yeah, exactly. I mean, and a lot of that stuff still holds true and holds good today. So
yeah, I was tripping out when I found out Alicia Keys was in that one episode. I was like, oh shit, that was Alicia Keys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like them shows like that, you go back and look and you see all the people who came through that show over the years. Yeah. And you just be like, wow.
A lot of people cycle through that show, man.
Yeah.
As kids.
Right.
As kids. And it's pretty dope, man. And how about the hype about Rudy when she was grown and shit? When they first like, oh shit, man, Rudy done grown up.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. Yeah, I think back in those days, I think King magazine was a thing. And they were like, oh, she's in King. You see that?
I was like, really? Oh, damn. And then what's her name? Tempest had that talk show for like 4 weeks.
I remember that. You said
it was probably longer than 4 weeks, but
yeah,
it didn't last too long.
That wasn't gonna be a show I watched.
But Theo's made a comeback. He's in that show The Resident. And I watched a couple episodes. Janae watches it, man. And he's still himself. He still does what he does, but you don't look at him as Theo though. He's
right.
He's kind
Remember
of an asshole in the show.
Malcolm and Eddie. I mean, that counts.
Yeah. That shit was not good though.
I don't really remember the show. I just remember
it's on Hulu.
Okay, I ain't gonna watch
Hulu
it
right now. I tried. I couldn't.
Now my Hulu is on pause right now until some episodes of Mayans come back because I don't want to pay for it to watch it. So I'll wait until we get about 6 or 7 episodes and then I'll reactivate my subscription because otherwise I'll just be paying for it and not using it.
Yeah, we use the hell out of Hulu. We don't use it. The kids are using down in Augusta, but yeah. As far as black sitcoms, man, I really can't think anymore. You hit some hidden gems there with Rock.
I got a couple more.
Steve Harvey show.
We'll do kind of rapid fire and then move on.
All right, go ahead, man.
Remember, what is it? The Wayans brothers.
Yeah, can't forget about the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
We're brothers.
Yeah, right.
We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
Right. Right. Give me a high five.
They was like, hell no, we ain't doing that shit.
Right. There was
even that had meaning.
Yeah, it did. There was a couple more too, and I couldn't think of some of them. I was like, I don't remember that shit. I mean, then they were talking about like Sister and Moesha, and didn't watch any of those.
Yeah, Half and Half was another one.
Half and Half, the Parkers.
Yeah.
I
watched Sister sort of. You know what?
I think I watched 1 or 2, but not really.
Smart Guy was another one.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one
either. I used to watch it here and there.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I think we called them all.
Yeah, man. If anybody got any memorable moments from any of them shows we mentioned, man, y'all go ahead and put it in the comments. And like always, subscribe, share, hit us on Facebook, Instagram. Let us know some of your favorite moments of those shows.
Definitely.
Those shows are fucking awesome, man. But now on a more, it's not as light. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a very interesting conversation, well, topic. I'm pretty sure we might go back and forth on this one, but toxic masculinity in the black community. What is that? What is that? What do you mean by toxic masculinity in the black community? First of all,
gosh, that one makes my head hurt and my face itch. So just the term came, and toxic masculinity is for those. It's a term that was coined a while back, and I didn't research it or anything, but it came to be a thing a way back where it was kind of frowned upon, like certain hyper aggressive, alpha male traits, I guess you can see. Like, back in the day, what was considered, you weren't manly if you weren't aggressive and yelling and telling your women to come here, or whatever. What you'll hear a lot of times in the same sphere is that it's heavy in the black male community. I mean, you can find points and examples of stuff like that, and they cite like rap music and shit like that. But
you mean like saying the word bitch, or
like referring to women as bitches and hoes and stuff like that? Or I mean, it's a whole gamut of things. Just like think about like just think about like yes.
What the fuck is a gamut?
A whole range of broad spectrum of things, man.
What's a goddamn gamut?
Across the spectrum, man. So anytime like you see a dude, like if you like think of like your 90s and 2000, like think of an old Tupac video or old rap videos and stuff like that. Good example. Good example. We talked about it before. Think of Nelly's Tip Drill video.
Okay.
That was like considered like the height of toxic masculinity in hip hop, and there were like classes and lectures and debates and stuff like that. So how do you feel like, now that we've talked a little bit about what it is, what do you think? Do you think it exists? Do you think it's as big of a problem as people make it seem, or what are your thoughts?
No. Yeah, so I just think it's really a product of one's environment. You know what I'm saying? If you grew up suburbs, gated community, things like that, for one, as far as toxic masculinity, I guess you could say, you don't feel like you have to prove yourself as an alpha male versus somebody that grew up in a fucking hood, and every time you step out the fucking door, you gotta fucking fight. Sure. It's kind of tricky because, like, let's take the word bitch for example. You have two females and they'll be like, "What's up, bitch? You my bitch, hey bitch." But then as soon as a man does it, it's bitch, and then it's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's that's also a part of what kind of environment they're around. If you are a type of person that does not accept that type of shit whatsoever, then of course you're going to be offended, you're going to be pissed off. But I mean, if you're in that kind of environment, then it's like, okay, this is normal. And a part of us as a community was considered normal for us is not necessarily an acceptable fucking outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your child doesn't play sports, he's a fucking nerd. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're talking proper, you're pronouncing your words, you're talking white. If you're wearing a suit and tie, you're dressing white. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And when it says toxic masculinity, that's what I see. As far as certain stuff, I mean, yeah, I'm a parade around like a fucking peacock too, calling myself an alpha male, calling myself a fucking goat. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm little. I don't know what else to say, man. But no, but I mean, seriously, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I still feel like that some of that toxic masculinity is needed, because just like I said, I'm fucking little. We grew up in a black community. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be tough.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, see, and I think there's a line between what's toxic and what's manly, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And I think what's happening now, to me anyway, is that while the line will say here, like, this is toxic over here and this is manly over here, and there was a line over here. Shit, I don't remember which side was which, but I feel like the more manly stuff now the more manly stuff you do is considered toxic. Like if you say, I work full time, and say my wife is at home and she does the house stuff, because like in certain circles, if you're like, oh, I don't cook because at work. Oh, you're being toxic. But if that's what works in my household, why are you like everybody has an opinion? And I guess we have an opinion too. But it's one of those things where everything is labeled toxic without worrying about the context. And like you said, I mean, you being a shorter brother in certain aspects, right? You have to search yourself a little more. And would that be considered? And I mean, and then there's so many things where it's like, gosh, I need a flow chart of what you can and can't do nowadays. Because like, I've met people that are like, oh, I hate the word female, or oh, I hate the word being called a chick, or whatever. Or I hate, girls will be girls, and trying to force people in certain roles. And it's just like, you know what? Respect people and stop making stuff so complicated.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, I forgot who it was, but somebody was trying to pass a bill to get rid of the term dad and mom and you know what I'm saying, gender specific titles and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Right. No.
You call me something other than fucking dad, I'm gonna chop you in your damn throat.
Oh man, aside real quick. So we were watching an anime called Psychopaths. Okay. You'll never watch it. Dope show. We'll talk about it one day. But top 10 chops in the throat in fiction ever.
Now I want to watch it. I want to see the throat.
It's near the end, and it takes a lot to get to the end, but top 10 chops in the throat I have ever seen.
Now I want to check it out.
Yes,
I've seen it. I've seen the cover or whatever for it on. I think BRB. I think that's where.
No, it's on Amazon.
Is it on Amazon? I seen the shit somewhere.
Yeah, so you seen it somewhere. But yeah, so anyway, but a slight detour. But yeah, man, it's like people write books and all this stuff, and my whole thing is you respect people, you treat people like you want to be treated, and let's not make it complicated. I mean, like we talked about before. I mean, I appreciate sports, but I'm not a big sports guy. Am I less manly, like we talked about? And some people would say, because I'm even considering that, that's a toxic way of thinking, that you equate things. And I'm like, and then also you think about like some of my other hobbies, like I like motorcycles and I like cigars and stuff like that, and whiskeys and those things that are considered manly stuff.
But you're good in the manly department, bro. You got a beard, man. It's a baby beard, but you got a baby beard.
Well, I trimmed it, man, because wearing a mask and shit with a beard is annoying. So,
I bet.
But I think people, when they get themselves out there and they're like, I think it helps to have a contrarian opinion to things and say, oh, this is toxic, and oh, this is toxic, and oh, I'm an expert on what's considered toxic.
Everybody's like, an expert. It's a popular word right now.
Yeah,
it's a really popular phrase because they're getting away from petty and they're going to toxic now. So anything you fucking do is considered fucking toxic. Oh, I argue with my wife in the mall.
Yeah, you're being toxic.
Yeah, you're toxic. Oh my God, you're toxic. How could you tell her I don't give a fuck? Oh my God, you're toxic. Shut the fuck up.
Right. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like, okay, there are some dudes that are a little extra, yes. And I won't say that what percentage, because I mean there may be a lot, there may be a little.
And they're always the ones that's rah 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 rah, but fucking soft as damn Twinkie film.
Right. And I mean, and for me, I don't have to be the loudest, biggest guy in the room. Don't have, my ego's not tied to anything like that. I don't really care.
I get into an altercation. I don't even say nothing to you. I laugh and then I hit you.
Right, exactly.
It's as simple as that. Like, I don't do all that barking. What the fuck for?
Right, exactly. Well,
I ain't no goddamn chihuahua.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
And everybody out there that got something to say about the chihuahua joke, kiss my ass. Except for you, mama. I love you. But yeah, man, I totally agree, man. And like, as far as just males, being that we have sons, you know what I'm saying? Somebody they may consider why you running away from that fight? You better get your ass outside and fight. They'll consider that as toxic masculinity, but that's a lesson on standing up for yourself and defending yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between going out to teach your kid, somebody look at you wrong, you better punch me in their motherfucking face. Don't take shit from nobody. But at the same, especially for my sons, I want my sons to have just a little bit of that fucking edge to where they could go to a hood, if you will. You know what I'm saying? They'll still be like, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm out of my business, but you step in my bubble, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Right. And see, for me, I mean, it's one of those things where growing up as a kid, I was always the smart one, but it was never, oh, we gonna take his lunch and shit like that. And it was like, no, respect. He can kick it with us and talk shit, but at the same time, he got some of the highest grades in the school.
Yeah.
So it's balances, and I think when people get too caught up in, oh, this is toxic, and then especially when they're like, oh, rap music creates a toxic culture,
which is bullshit.
Yada 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 yada.
Country music is worse.
Right.
Fucking rap music.
But see, and then I think what happens is they only talk about like the music that fits their perspective of what they makes their point, basically. I mean, it's one of those things where I can't remember what it's called, where you're gonna find it's confirmation bias. That's what it's called, where you're gonna look for examples of what make your point. So if you, for every tip drill, there's a dear mama. For every bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, there's the Mary J. Blige and You're All I Need. And Method Man, listen to that today too. So
Shorty, I'm there for you anytime you need.
Right.
That was the shit. My bad. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Train.
But yeah, I mean, so I think what happens is people get caught up on that one view, but they don't look at all the brothers that's taking care of their households, stepping up and being dads, being big brothers, being uncles, being stepdads in that case, being cousins that look out for somebody, those that are volunteering, those that are helping. They don't spend the time focusing on that and saying, okay, what are they doing right? All the energy is focused on that pocket of negative. And is there some negative? Probably, but you just get so tired of, the toxic masculinity. If I say, I'm being manly because I got my manly beard and I got my manly cigar, that's toxic.
But I feel like, especially with that in our community, it's a tool to, what's the word, dehumanize us, if you will. You know what I'm saying? We're animals, we're savages.
That's an interesting point.
We're thugs, we're this, we're that. You know what I'm saying? It's a tool that they use to further you should fear them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
Think about all the the police involved shootings. Oh, he had a criminal record. He got arrested in 2004 for shoplifting some fucking Redstone soda out of Golden Pantry.
Right. And then that's just like, and we're kind of going on a slight aside. So just like anytime you hear about the news of a black male getting shot by the police, what do they always try to find? Oh, in the 7th grade, he got suspended for 10 days for flipping over a desk or some shit like that. Or, they try to find the craziest little shit that they can find to make it seem like, they weren't really that good. They were, a degenerate, less than ideal, less than pot. And they try to find the worst pictures ever. It's fucking crazy. It tries to perpetuate, like you were saying, a stereotype.
Yeah. And another case would be, in my case, in the military, and this is just my mindset, is if I'm hurt, if I'm sick or whatever, I'm still out there. I'm still doing PT. I'm still doing this. Because if you go to sick call or whatever, you fucking soft. You get your ass out there. But over the time, I was like, you know what? My hip hurt. Fuck this shit. I'm going to the sick call.
Right.
But, I mean,
exactly.
The toxic masculinity, as you call it, it goes beyond our community, but as far as
it does.
Our community, the over aggressiveness is a lot of times something that we feel like we have to do. We have to be aggressive. As soon as we step out that door and go down the street to a store, it's us against whoever the fuck is out there. And you know what I'm saying? That's the mindset of our community, the mindset that you know what I'm saying, that was pretty much ingrained in us, basically, that you as a melanin man got to be on your fucking defensive. You got to be aggressive as fuck. You got to be loud. You got to be mean. You got to show your ass to show them don't fuck with me.
Right.
When that, and right there I consider it's toxic, because you know what I'm saying, you don't have to nigga, I'll fuck your ass up. You ain't got to do all that. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And I feel like, and I'm not bragging or anything like that, but I'm the opposite of that. I rarely yell. I rarely raise my voice. But if I'm crossed the wrong way, when the person who crossed me gets up off the ground and they wake up, they'll understand
yeah.
that ain't the way you fuck with. So
exactly.
I mean, and that's how I've always lived. It's like, trying to fight or something like that is going to be the absolute last. I'm smart enough to figure out ways to de-escalate a situation. You're not gonna rattle me enough to piss me off to ever get me to the point where I'm gonna throw the first punch, unless you bother my family. But that's a different
about
story.
10, 13 years ago.
Yes,
you pop off wrong. It's taking my shirt off. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I still don't do all that rah. It's unnecessary.
Right.
It's a waste of energy. And you know what I'm saying? They they pass it off to their sons and shit. But our community is it's fragmented as fuck, for lack of a better term.
Well, sure.
Because you have people with different fucking mindsets. I gotta have this street mindset. I can't let nobody fuck me over. If you talk to me wrong, I'm gonna bust your ass, blah, 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 blah. Because I seen that shit a lot, specifically working in the prison. Because in there, you know what I'm saying, you're aggressive.
Well, that's a whole different world right there.
It is. You have to be that certain way. You can't let nobody talk to you this way. You can't let nobody talk to you that way. But it's a matter of respect and you protecting yourself. So would they could still consider that toxic masculinity if you have to evolve into that? I guess you could say toxic masculine person if you're in that kind of environment.
I think that's a little different, and primarily, and I'm extremely generalizing here, but it's usually when you deal, and I want to be as PC as possible, when you, as a man, deal with somebody who is maybe physically weaker than you. I won't put gender on it because that could open up another can of worms that I don't feel like dealing with.
No, because I see some ladies out there knock them off her cold the hell out.
Right, exactly. But when you, if you deal in a situation like you
sleep,
if you treating your lady a certain way, or you treat the women around you a certain way, or how you approach women, it's a lot of times dealt with in those kinds of interactions, and you're toxic, or whatever the case. Like I remember back in the day, probably 20 years ago, like it was a group of friends of us, male and female, guys and girls, whatever you want to use. We would call each other ho. And it wasn't like,
I remember that.
Yeah. And if you were on the outside looking in, you were like, wait a minute, did he just call her a hoe?
And that's when the Ludacris song came out.
Right. So right.
I ain't gonna sing it.
Right. And so I think it's kind of those things. If you don't understand the concept, the context, rather, don't judge. I mean, because I feel like what happens is it dilutes those situations where there really is a battle to fight, and where there really is an issue, because you're like, oh, he said the word bitch. Okay. I understand the context. What was he talking about? Who was he talking to? Why did he say it?
And it's interesting you say the context, because now you could take that as abuse, just like, certain sexual harassment things. A third party can report that shit to whoever the fuck, and then you jammed up for your abuse or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the I guess the toxic. Oh my God, he said that to her. I'm gonna report it.
Right, and again, you don't know the context, because you could have been repeating a joke or something that she told you in the first place.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
you'll still be jammed up. Is it fair?
Right. And I mean, I think the fear is, it's one of those things, like I always say, people tend to approach issues with the grace of a chainsaw when we need a scalpel. And what I mean by that is, when something happens, it's like, we have to knock everything out. Or like, I'll give you an example. For our work vehicles or whatever, there were some higher ups that would use them in another, I won't say, I guess another agency that would use them for their personal reasons. And that was frowned upon, which you shouldn't do that. So instead of dealing with the problem and dealing with it with nuance, and realizing that 95% of the population doesn't do that, they screwed everybody out of convenient uses for the car, because like you could, like if I had to go to a facility that's close to my house, I could get a car and bring it home the night before and then drive it over. But now you can't do that. I had to go all the way to the office, pick a car up, come all the way back past my house, and then drive out there, to where now I wouldn't even just touch the cars. So it's one of, and that's what I mean by we deal with it with the grace of a chainsaw, because we take broad strokes, or just like, worrying about harassment. Yes, sexual harassment is real. Yes, it's a problem. Yes, it needs to be corrected, but we need to understand a lot more than, something was said, so you can report it, and you have that negative stigma. Just like, all those cases you'll see of like somebody getting reported or something, and you find out that it wasn't even true.
Right.
And that person's career is shot. Now, if it is true, you need all the punishment you deserve. But before we jump to conclusions, let's do some more investigation first. And I mean, that's the thing. They call it the court of public opinion, where the decision is already made before any of the facts come out, and that's terrible. And I mean, I think that's, for me, that's kind of the moral of it, is let's use a little more grace. Let's use a little more understanding. Let's understand that there's nuance, and it's not always black and white. There's grays in there.
But the last thing for me, man, is as far as toxic masculinity, is restraint. Because a lot of times somebody will pop the fuck off, and you like, fuck it, let's go. Not thinking of the repercussions, but you know what I'm saying? Really weigh that shit. You know what I'm saying? Is bruh accidentally bumping into you or accidentally stepping on your shoes really worth the fucking hassle of losing your job, your family, your freedom, your all that stuff? I mean, just show a little restraint. Now, if they, you know what I'm saying, disrespecting your family, of course, step to them. You know, I ain't even me now. I'm not gonna just slap the shit out you. Hey, what the fuck you say? You disrespecting my wife? You disrespecting my children? Chill with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna pop the fuck off, because if I pop the fuck off, whatever repercussions I get from me nutting the fuck up, it affects my family too. Especially you gentlemen with families out there, you know what I'm saying? Show restraint. It doesn't necessarily mean you a bitch. You ain't no punk, you ain't no sissy, none of that type of shit.
But see, even that, it's so funny too, because it's such a crazy slope. Referring to guys saying if they step down, and because they step down, they could be considered a punk, a bitch, or anything like that. Yeah. If we were monetized, that would probably demonetize us right there. But that would be something that would be considered toxic. Yeah. Because you're not fighting and all that shit, so you're this. So
but one thing I would not tolerate is somebody calling me a pussy ass nigga. You ain't finna sit there and call me no pussy ass nigga and I get hit in the throat. Maybe that's my part of toxic masculinity, because I'm not saying I don't have any toxic masculinity in me at all. Because like I said, I'm little. I'm 5'4", man. You know what I mean? I can't. If you try me, I gotta fucking respond. That's just, how I grew up, where we grew up at. You know what I'm saying? The last fight I got into, you heard about that fight. Motherfucker tried me because I was small and got his ass whooped. But we ain't gonna put names out there. But seriously, restraint. Most of us, you know what I'm saying, we're considered OGs now, if you will. We're in our 30s. We got families. We got good jobs. We're trying to make a living, make a way. The world is crazy. Everything is already against us as it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't give the media, the people around you, and things like that another fucking reason to judge you as this thug, this animal, this aggressor, whatever the fuck. So as far as toxic masculinity, bro, that's really all I got on that one, man.
Yeah, that's all I got too. I mean, we can move on. Yeah, it's a concept that it's a thing, but everything isn't a thing. What's the phrase? The quote is to a hammer, everything's a nail. Yeah. And it's kind of that situation. Right. And that kind of bothers me. Man, I'm dropping all the quotes tonight.
Yeah, you're dropping all them shit. Philosophical on that ass.
Hey, God man, I'm getting there, man. I am getting there.
Pythagoras. He in there just crushing this shit. Goddamn Galileo face ass. He just.
Hey, man. I'm in a so different place than I was even 2 years ago, and it's amazing.
Hell yeah. Cool.
So all right, man, we've talked about toxic masculinity.
Mhm.
Well, let's bring it back to something fun. So again,
Go.
since it's Black History Month,
Yes, sir.
everybody talks about, you know, the inventions and all that stuff. Let's have a little fun. Let's talk about your top Black movie characters.
All right, man. Well, shit. This is foul language. I gotta start it right, man. Samuel motherfucking Jackson in this motherfucker, bro. That's one of my fucking favorites in this motherfucker. Sorry,
right.
Mom. But I mean, he is one of my fucking favorites, bro. Like, he could play a fucking bad guy and he's awesome. He could play a fucking good guy and he's awesome. He could play a fucking he could play a Sambo like he did in the Django.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Django. I hate when people
Django.
say the Django, and I just did the shit.
You did. I was gonna let it ride.
Yeah. And you know his most iconic line, "I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane." I mean, Samuel Jackson is so diversified, and if you listen to his story, you know he was a crackhead. You know what I mean? And he came out, I think it was Sugar Hill, where he first kind of got off of it. And ironically, his character was a crackhead.
He was a crackhead, and I want to say "Do the Right Thing." It was a Spike Lee movie, but I can't remember if it was that one for real. But I can't remember.
You know, I remember him in Sugar Hill, and you know, he just got off the crack and everything like that, and he came out that bitch just busting, and then he just motherfucker played a Jedi. He played a cop. I mean, he just all around amazing fucking actor, man. Well, I love Samuel Jackson as a Jedi, man, because I love Star Wars. I just wanted him to say, "I'm gonna use the motherfucking force on you motherfucking bitches." I wanted that shit so bad, and it didn't fucking happen.
Not like, Mace Windu with the purple lights,
man.
Lightsaber.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he's sitting, no, I ain't training this motherfucker right here.
Lightsaber. Sorry.
I wanted to see that shit so bad, man. Another person, like in my top, because I do this shit all the time as far as actors go. Denzel Washington is another one.
Sure.
He's another one. You know what I'm
saying? Favorite Denzel role though.
My favorite Denzel role, Training Day. Has to be fucking Training Day. Has to be, man. Like, he played the good guy, bad guy, asshole all at the same time.
Right.
That has to be one of my favorites, man. But
one of my favorites for Denzel, because he's on my list too, is American Gangster, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He was just so smooth in that movie, man.
Man, that shit started off tough.
Yeah, it did.
Who was that? Idris Elba. He shot in the head at the beginning. Yeah, just smooth as fuck. Just
man.
Wow. And that was
I love that movie, man. Gosh, I love that movie. I need to watch it again.
Yeah, I want to watch it now too. Now that you said something, but that's two of mine, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go. I process who else I got up here in this brain of mine.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Wesley Snipes.
Okay,
and I'm gonna say two roles in particular, and they're two totally different ends of the spectrum.
Don't you say Demolition Man?
Yes, I'm gonna say Demolition Man.
That was the first time him being a bad guy, man.
So it wasn't the best of movies, but I'm gonna tell you why I appreciate him in that. He was batshit crazy, but he was brilliant at the same time.
True.
And you know me, I got a thing for like really smart characters and stuff. Yeah. So that was amazing to me, just to play that kind of character that's crazy and brilliant, and basically turn that whole community world on its head when they thought him out. And on the other side, you got to say you can't talk about Wesley Snipes in a role unless you're talking about Nino Brown.
Man,
New Jack City.
My brothers, sit your $5 ass down if I make change. Boy, I want to go watch that shit now. That's my shit right there,
yes,
boy.
Sir.
That is my shit.
Killing it in that movie, man. Gosh. So Wesley Snipes is one for those two kinds of roles. One of my favorite characters. Those are two of my favorite type of characters in movies, and it just happened to be played by him.
Right.
And another character.
Go for
it. That I don't even know where the dude is. I don't know his real name, but Shonuff, who's the master?
R.I.P. Shonuff, because he actually passed away.
Oh no, he
actually passed away a few years ago. Yeah.
Dang, that he was so cold in that, man.
Cold.
The Shogun of Harlem.
Kiss my
man.
Converse.
Yes.
The blatant disrespect. You talk about toxic masculinity. You kiss his Converse, I'm gonna slap the shit out you after you finish kissing that goddamn Converse. Hell yeah.
That was my dude, man. With the curl, with the
Mhm.
top knot. It was crazy.
Hell yeah. Who else?
What you got?
You know what? Honestly, and I mess with Mom all the time. I say he died in every movie, but Idris Elba's pretty cold too.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect any actor like because he has a strong, thick ass British accent,
Mm-hmm.
but he can flip that bitch, and you won't even know. Like in Daddy's Little Girl, I think that was the first movie I really seen him in.
Yeah.
And he can switch roles. You know, Daddy's Little Girl, Avengers. Another movie that's on Netflix called The Take, which if you haven't seen it, it's a really good movie. You should actually check that shit out.
You ever watch that show Luther? I think it's called that he was in.
I haven't watched Luther. No,
we didn't finish it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but I think my favorite role of his was Daddy's Little Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I respected everything he was doing in that whole movie. Like I felt like I was living it. I wasn't living it because my situation ain't shit like that, but I felt that shit to my core, man. The fucking he ran into the fucking car, beat dude ass, you know what I'm saying, for bruising up his daughters and shit. I felt that shit, man. Like I stood up. I stood up watching that shit, like, hell yeah. Like the Colts scored a touchdown. Hit that motherfucker again. Hit him again. I was really into that shit, bro.
And what I was trying to do is pick the actor and then try to pick their roles that really stood out to me.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go with Eddie Murphy.
I was thinking Eddie Murphy earlier.
And when I think of Eddie Murphy, two roles that come to mind are Golden Child and
did you know that was a girl?
I found out later. Yeah. And then
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop, yeah. And then Kim, I'd be like, I want the knife. And Kim was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh damn! Don't that hurt your heart?
It do, but
and they be like, okay,
I don't get it. Like,
damn. Where's Kevin? Because I do the same shit. Like, damn, where's my brother when I need him?
Right. Oh man, I do that shit too. When Kim watches this, I'm sure she's gonna comment on it. Yes, he does that shit.
I love
too.
Kim's comments, by the way. Keep it up.
Oh yeah, she's
Keep
funny.
It up. You're awesome. Funny. You crack me up every time. Ice Cube. I like Ice Cube. Reason I say Ice Cube, because a lot of rappers turn actors, they just can't do it. It just don't turn out right. But Ice Cube is an amazing fucking actor, man.
Right.
From Boys in the Hood to Are We There Yet? The Barbershop, even Ride Along. Even my personal opinion, Ride Along wasn't really a great movie, but
yeah, we never saw the second one.
What is it called? Fist Fight or something shit like that. When he was
the one when he's the teacher and they fight.
Oh my god, that shit is so fucking hilarious.
I never seen it. I had to give it a shot.
He can play so many different roles. Another one that does music that's really a pretty good actor, I would have to say Tyrese. I actually prefer his movies to his music, actually. Can't nobody forget Baby Boy, you know what I'm saying, getting choked out. Like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, call for your mama. He's like, mama.
Well, see, on that, she's not on my list, but characters and actresses.
Oh, we can't forget about our sisters.
Taraji P. Henson, man.
Oh, you know, she's my favorite.
She is just like the way she acts, it's just like she's cool as hell. Like she comes across in her roles as your homegirl. And even like was that movie Proud Mary where she was an assassin?
Which honestly wasn't a good movie.
That wasn't a good movie, but she was a good character in the movie. If that makes sense. So
I loved her in Hustle and Flow too, because she was like,
she was
down.
Good.
She was down.
Good.
And that gold tooth she had in her mouth, sheesh.
Like with a little hood in the dog.
Yeah, man. You did the debutantes, man. I did the rest of it.
So I got one more, and then I'm out of list. So 2 characters, same movie. As I've said it before, I don't have it on anything with me right now, but and Black Panther has always been my favorite comic book character.
Shout out to him, man.
Shout out to Chadwick Boseman.
R.I.P.
So
bro.
Before I talk about that movie, dude's just an amazing actor.
And he did all that shit with cancer, bro.
Yes. Black Panther, 42, We Are Marshall, Return of the King. I mean, dude just had range. Dude was amazing.
You know, he was in the movie I was talking about earlier, the Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Yeah. That was the last movie he did.
Yeah, amazing fucking job.
And he was supposed to play the Black Samurai. Yusuke, something like that.
Yasuke.
Yeah, there you go. I knew you correct me. I knew you knew, but he was supposed to play that, and I was so looking forward to that.
Yeah,
but
I was too.
But Black Panther, when they cast him as Black Panther, I was like, he's in good hands. He's gonna do that just right, that. And he killed it. I mean, it was amazing. Like even in the cold, when he was in what is that, Civil War, he was just so cold, man. We roll up and he was like was it King and the Warrior or something like that? Man, dude was just cold. There's nothing that's gonna stop me from. Man, I can't remember that line. That line is so cool. I gotta go look for it. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you'll probably have a clip in.
Yeah, I'll go through Disney Plus and try to find it, man. But that line is so cold when he's sitting in the back of the car talking to them. Cold, just got it. But then on the other end of the spectrum, Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger was amazing. Yeah. And what makes him so good is like, while you may have disagreed with his methods,
you respected the fuck out of it.
Right.
Bro, I was team Killmonger, bro. I was team Killmonger. I was with all that.
Right. His I guess moral arc. I mean, just what his point, his motivation, I mean, was so on point. And the fact that he had a plan to go through what he went through in the movie. I'm not gonna talk about comic book Killmonger because he's a little bit different, but the fact that he went through what he went through just to achieve this goal, and even like that first scene when he's in the museum, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, no. Actually, that's not where it came from, bitch.
Right. Why you got all your people looking at me? You not worrying about what you putting in your body. I was like,
man, you're making me want to go back and watch that shit. Right,
dude was brilliant. I watched that movie so many times, man. They were so good, and I hate that one. Spoilers for those who haven't seen. For the one person out there who hadn't seen Black Panther by now, I hate that they killed Killmonger off because he was such a great character, and they could have done so much more with him in the future.
Yeah, but they're saying he might come back.
Yeah, I did hear that. And there's a couple ways that he could do that.
Yeah, because in the comic book, he comes back a few times.
Well, yeah. I mean, they don't kill you off in the comic book because they want to use you again.
Yeah.
But those two characters were played so well in that movie. I mean, everybody in that movie did great. I mean, Dinah Guerrera as Okoye was amazing. Letitia Wright as Shuri, amazing.
Hey, that's one of my crushes right there. Boy.
Who else? I mean, just everybody in that movie. Lupita Nyong'o was.
Yep, that's another one of my crushes.
Was amazing. And
boy, the way she had that dress on when they went
to
the
green
casino.
Dress. Sheesh. Hey, man, yes. But what I noticed, and I never ever noticed it, I was like, yo, her skin, bro. Like when they're sitting on the mountain and they're talking, I was like, wow, her skin is like amazing,
like the back of a Hershey bar. just smooth.
But yes, everybody in that movie, but those two the main Killmonger and Black Panther, or Michael B. Jordan and Chadwick Boseman, gotta be hands down one of my favorites, and that movie's gonna stand the test of time, and that role amazing. And that's all I got.
My last one, man, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. James Earl Jones. Cold. Conan the Barbarian, you know what I'm saying? He had that weak ass wig on, but
some people won't even remember that role though. But yes,
but Cold, of course,
snake themed cult leader.
And of course, you know what I'm saying? Coming to America 2, dropping I think March 5th. Cole in that too, like, what? My son wants to sow his royal oats. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, when we talked about that was like favorite scenes. The pedals coming.
Hell yeah. The Darth Vader voice.
Right.
Rolling.
Just your voice, man. It's just when you're Darth Vader, probably my favorite character in freaking, I mean, fiction. I mean, I like Star Wars. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan like you are. I'm a Darth Vader fan, man, all day.
Pre-Anakin or while he was still Anakin or Darth Vader?
I was a Darth Vader fan, not Anakin hating sand.
I love James Earl Jones and Roscoe Jenkins too.
Yeah,
because he pissed me off then too. I'm like, man,
but that's what he's supposed to
trying
do.
his best. He's trying his best. Fuck you, man.
He just brought a level of class.
Yeah, hell yeah.
To every role, even comedic roles.
And then one of the movies he was in when he was younger, it was a boxing movie. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was based on something true where the black boxer was fighting the white boxer or whatever. Damn, I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about too. I can't think of what it's called.
He was younger then, and I remember seeing that movie too, man. So James Earl Jones, he's still kicking, man. He's still making moves and shit, man. So James Earl Jones has to be my last one, man. And as
you didn't even bring up Mufasa, bro.
Yeah. Oh shit, I'm tripping. Look, I said that shit at the hibachi because I told Keontae, I said, Keontae, stand up and read your card. He stood up, and I was like, now go ahead and read it so everybody can hear you. I want to hear you in the back. And he sat down, and I said, you deliberately disobeyed me. And everybody was cracking the fuck up, bro. That shit was so fucking funny, man. Yes. Like, nobody does the Mufasa voice. Can't nobody else do the Mufasa voice. I don't. Hey, he even did it in the live action, man. So,
well, that's because I mean, because if you think Mufasa, even if you watching the shit on mute, you still gonna hear James Earl Jones talking. Like, well, we have the Lion King book. And even when we would read it to Simone before she go to bed, we would still hear James Earl Jones, and we do our best James Earl Jones impersonation.
I bet that's funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, one more, and then then I'm done. Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker has done some dynamic fucking roles. Sure. He was also in Star Wars 2. Star Wars also, not just Star Wars 2, but Star Wars also.
Yeah, Rogue One.
Yeah, he was
I feel like they wasted him in that though. I think he got edited out some.
But they put him in the game too though. The new Star Wars game. He was in the game too. They had that little scary movie where he was the bad guy, the King of Scotland with Kerry. That was Kerry Washington. I was like, oh my god, this motherfucker was ruthless.
Amazing.
He don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah. And there was another movie. I can't think of what it was, but it was like in Paris or something. That I'm like, gosh, I can't think of that movie. He was real good, and I have no idea what that movie was called or even how to describe it. I just remember he was good in the movie.
But our talent is just, I mean, other than music, acting, sports. I mean, it's Black History Month, baby. You know what I'm saying? We all over the place with it, man. Shout out to Halle Berry because I know she was one of the first ones to get a Grammy for I forgot which role she played. Oscar, I'm sorry. I forgot what role she played.
Monsters Ball.
Yep, I only seen one part of that movie. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. Who has Will Smith? Will Smith had done some dope ass movies. Hell, even his counterpart Jada, she's been in a couple bangers too. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, the list could go on and on and on and on. But I mean,
that'd be a whole nother show by itself.
It would be. It would be. But we celebrate Black History Month. Hope y'all checking out the Black History Facts on Facebook that I'm dropping. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put.
Yeah, those are good.
Some people that you haven't heard of, didn't know of. Some people I'm learning about myself for the first time, putting it out there for you guys. But with that, big bro, that's really all I got, man. I know you said you had an awesome ass quote for the end of the show. I've been really curious about that motherfucking show on this motherfucking plane. Speaking of that, we forgot about Bernie Mac, bro. We forgot about fucking Bernie, bro.
Yes. Oh man.
And
King
Friday,
of comedy, man.
Lord's my shepherd. He know what I want. Miss Parker. Miss Parker. That was my shit.
Hey, TV shows too. A little while ago about like all the cast of Friday that's passed.
Yeah.
Somebody posted on Facebook like a picture of like all the characters that have passed.
Yeah,
and it was even more than I realized. It was like at least 10.
Damn, some people that was like in the background kind of.
Yeah.
That's crazy. While bro trying to pull up the quote, make sure y'all subscribe. Appreciate everybody that has subscribed. And somebody I have not mentioned on this Facebook post, she called Janae the other day. Shout out to Miss Laverne Prince. My children's grandma, she really loves the show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for real? That's dope.
Yeah, she really loves the show.
Appreciate that.
Dre said she sat on the phone with him for 24 minutes and like 32 seconds to try to figure out how to subscribe to our show, man. So I appreciate the love that everybody's getting out there. I actually had one of my soldiers hit me up today. She wants some more anime content. You know what I mean? So y'all look out for that. We're some more anime content is coming. Yeah, I am gonna expand my horizons for you anime folks out there. Y'all go ahead and give me a couple of little tidbits, some animes I would be into, and I guarantee I'll check out at least one episode. I don't know if I'm gonna finish the shit, but
no, you won't.
I'll watch some of it. I swear I'll watch some of it.
Thanks.
All right, man.
All right,
so
everybody.
Bro, you got the quote of the night,
I've got the quote.
What you got?
It's not just a single quote. It's not like what you're used to. It comes from a song.
Okay.
Most of you have probably never heard this song, but little brother, I know you've heard this song. I played it for like a month. I played it for like a month straight. So I'm just going to read. And the song and the lines go, I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I have no more fucks to give.
Yeah.
Though my fucks I've tried to get, I'm over my fuck budget, and I'm now in fucking debt.
Hell yes, you get a fucking hand clap for fucking that one, goddamn it. The moral of that fucking quote is fuck it. If there's nothing you could do, ain't nothing you can change it, fuck it.
There's a song called No More Fucks.
And it's
look it up on beautiful. YouTube. It's an amazing song. And when my son was in the NICU, we played it for like a week straight. It was amazing.
I rallied my fuck army, but they've been fucking defeated. Yes. Mama loves that song, by the way.
Great song. I know I played it for her like a million times. And I would just smile because it's not like what you'd expect. My man is playing a banjo. He's got like the wax handlebar mustache.
Hey, that mustache is the truth.
Yeah.
I gotta get me one.
You got baby face hair, man. You
hey, no, this is an army face, ladies and gentlemen. I could grow a full fucking beard, but I'm in the military and regulations say we gotta shave this shit. So it's shaved because I don't give a fuck about this beard. I give a fuck about my paycheck. But yeah. So like I was saying earlier, guys, make sure you subscribe, like, share. We appreciate everybody that's been following us so far. You know what I'm saying? This journey, it hasn't been a long one. We just getting started. You know what I'm saying? Me and my big bro right here. I don't have no fancy ass quote or no shit like that. But this is your boy KC Fowler, man. My brother Lamar. And I guess are we out?
We are out, man. Thanks everybody. Check us out next time, and we will see you later.
Yes, sir.